Hello. Welcome to my Afterthoughts on Jessica Andrade versus Erin Blanchfield. Um, Folks, I have to tell you something, okay? In my last stream, I came out and I told you guys, I said, listen, this is the one fight prediction that I hope I get wrong. This is the one fight prediction that I wanted to get wrong. Because I picked Erin Blanchfield. I wanted Erin Blanchfield to win, but I picked Erin Blanchfield to lose. Um, I thought that Erin Blanchfield winning would be better for the division. And here's why. Guys, Jessica Andrade, Caitlin Chikagian, Lauren Murphy, they're good fighters. But at some point in time, I began to feel like the UFC was shoving them down our throats. They were shoving them down our throats. And it's like we get all these recycled fighters that will lose a fight and then win a big fight. And next thing you know, they're considered for another title shot. It's like the UFC is a mastermind of taking fighters, recycling these fighters, and then they shove these fighters down our throat week after week after week. And so I felt like the UFC was beginning to shove Jessica Andrade down our throat. And after a while, I just got tired of just seeing the Jessicas, the Chikagians, and the Murphys, and you just get tired of these recycled people. And these recycled fighters, they don't even go down in the rankings very much. They stay at the top of the rankings. So now you got the young fighters like Blanchfield, who, what was making me upset is that fighters like Blanchfield and Maverick and even Mazo, they all have to fight each other. They have to fight each other. And then they'll fight each other. And then they'll fight, some veteran who, hadn't been around the game for a while or just been out. And then they'll lose to that wily veteran. And so the young fighters like Blanchfield, they never get the opportunities because they get stuck. They get stuck in the middle part of the rankings. That's what I felt like was going on. And it's like, okay, you got these young guns, and I started thinking, why can't some of these young guns, fight other people besides each other and fight each other when they get to the top? Why? I used to always wonder that. So now you got all these young guns with all this talent, but they can't get up in the rankings because they're getting beat by each other. While the Murphys, the Chikagians of the world, the Andrades, they stay at the top of the rankings. And I said, somebody got to do something. And I think the UFC maybe felt the way I felt. I just couldn't see the forethought. I couldn't see Blanchfield winning this fight. I just couldn't see it. I mean, watching fight videos and breaking that, I just couldn't see it. Blanchfield had a beautiful game plan. Blanchfield stuck the jab in Jessica's face over and over and over again, to the point where Jessica even began to get frustrated. And guys, what does Jessica Andrade do when she becomes frustrated? What Jessica does is what she always does. She goes into street fight mode. She'll throw these wide looping punches, hoping to land. And she landed a couple. And Blanchfield said, she hits hard and they hurt. But Jessica Andrade had no patience to work her game plan to deal with Blanchfield. Jessica Andrade fell victim to a jab. Okay? Jessica Andrade fell victim to a jab. And because Jessica Andrade decided to be sloppy, to be wild, it cost her the fight. She was choked out. Now, if it were me, okay, if it were me, would I take a fight on short notice, okay? If it were me, if it was my fighter, we probably wouldn't do it on short notice, okay? The only reason is because where Jessica is in the rankings. Jessica was probably set to get another title shot somewhere, okay? All she needed to do was win. And she just got out of a fight a month ago, okay? Now, I don't think Jessica had any damage, but you don't know. You don't know. Even when it looks like a person is dominating a fighter, sometimes they still get damaged. So you don't know if Jessica was injured. You don't know if she had pride. You don't know. Okay? Jessica Andrade took the fight on short notice. I don't think it was very smart. Okay? Because you're not going to see fighters like Bojanglecheck taking a very important fight on short notice. Valentina wouldn't do it. Okay? She's not going to take a fight on short notice. I mean, and in Jessica, where she stands and, what she's done, Jessica Andrade has earned the right to not take a fight on short notice. She's earned the right. But she came in and took this fight on short notice, and Blanchfield was ready. Part of me thinks that Jessica didn't take Blanchfield serious. I mean, yeah, I know it's a weak notice. I know it's a weak notice. But you can even look at Jessica's demeanor and how she was talking in interviews, and I felt like she didn't take Blanchfield serious. But damn, Blanchfield took Blanchfield serious, and Blanchfield came and stopped Jessica Andrade. And guess what? She stopped Jessica Andrade faster than Valentina did. So now we have the argument, okay? Well, Blanchfield stopped Jessica faster. Well, also too, the styles match up differently. You know, Valentina is a little bit more well-rounded, and she's going to try to explore and do and fight everywhere. Blanchfield is going to do most of her work on the ground. Okay, so I guess if people are saying, well, since Blanchfield finished Jessica Andrade faster, then she'll definitely do that to Valentina. Well, I mean, folks, we kind of have to look at everything in retrospect. Okay, would Valentina have gotten caught by some of these strikes? And the answer is no. Okay, the answer is no. Would Valentina been taken down so easily? Probably not. Okay, and Jessica Andrade wasn't taken down overly easy. It took Blanchfield a while to get the fight to the ground. But when Blanchfield finally got a real takedown on Andrade, it was over. Okay? It was over. Blanchfield had a balanced game plan and it worked. Jessica Andrade still continues to be the bull. She plays the bull. And she didn't learn anything from her fight with Jean Ouellet. But being a bull in a ring does not work. You can't continue to rush people at this level to try to overwhelm them with your presence, but when you don't have any offense to set that up, you can't run forward all the time and think that you're going to have victory against high caliber fighters. And Jessica Andrade again has figured out that you can't fight this way. And Jessica is going to have to make a change because now the jig is up and everybody knows. Everybody knows how to beat Jessica Andrade. If you can put a jab in Jessica's face, if you can jab her to death, if you can put that jab in her face, if you can do that continuously, then you've got a chance to beat Jessica Andrade. Just don't let her grab you and pick you up. Okay, don't let her grab you and pick you up and you beat Jessica. You stick a jab in her face. Okay, you don't let her grab you and pick you up and you can have a victory over one Jessica Andrade. You can. Now, it's a lot easier said than done. Okay? It's a lot easier said than done. But Jessica Andrade, I think she set herself back with this loss. I think she set herself back. And, why would I think Jessica Andrade would take a fight on short notice like this? My only rationale is because of the money. The money. Jessica needed the money. Remember, one of her main sources of income is probably almost gone. That's OnlyFans because she shut it down. So guess what? Jessica did it purely for the money. But how much more is this going to cost Jessica Andrade? How much more? And for Erin Blanchfield, I do believe that her winning is better for the division. And Erin Blanchfield gets it. She immediately called out the champion. That's what you're supposed to do when you get a big win. You don't sit back. You don't allow the UFC to pick your next opponent because they'll pick you an opponent that you don't want. Blanchfield made her thoughts known. She said, get me the champion. I like it because so many girls in the division are talking about, this is what I do to Valentina, but I'm not ready. I can do this with Valentina, but give me another 5-rounder. Erin Blanchfield said, F it. Give me Valentina right now. Give me the winner of Shevchenko Grasso. I want every bit of smoke. I want all the smoke. Give it to me. Because if there's smoke with Erin Blanchfield, she's going to put out a fire. Wow. Something to think about. Something to really, 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 really think about. Erin Blanchfield, 23 years old. Could be a very young champion. It's going to be a good matchup, y'all. I think Valentina, though, is going to have to come in and teach this young, hungry lion. She's going to have to teach. But Erin Blanchfield isn't going to go away quietly. She's ready. I still don't know if she would have beat Santos. I don't know. But I do know that Blanchfield is ready for a title shot. Erin Blanchfield is ready now to fight for the belt. She's ready now. In the one case where I feel like a fighter pushed too soon, Erin Blanchfield is an outlier. She's ready. She's ready to fight for the belt. She proved herself. Erin Blanchfield, thank you for winning, because the division needs fresh blood. Fresh young blood that's not afraid to go in there and fight whoever.